Well, people have been emerging from Westminster Hall looking a little bleary-eyed and I have to say very emotional. There have been some quite extraordinary scenes of people who, of course, were waiting out overnight to come and see the Queen's coffin, and many people have emerged looking very emotional from this historic event. And I've got two ladies here who hadn't met before today but have become firm friends in the queue. Adriana and Carol, firstly, just tell me a little bit about what it was like waiting in that queue for so long overnight.
It'll be tiring because I've been awake since 4 o'clock yesterday morning, but it got very friendly. As I say, we met Carol and a couple of other ladies while we were there. My sister was with me, and it was very pleasant, very subdued, obviously, with all of us, but kept going, and it got very, very pleasant for everyone altogether.
And you'd come all the way from Plymouth, and I know you're from London. You've never met before. No. Why did you sort of bond so well? I know there were two other ladies as well, and when you came out, all four of you gave each other a bit of a hug.
Yes. Because we knew we were going to be in the queue for a long time, and let's make it the best queue, the queuing experience we could. So, we struck up a friendship straight away, and had a few jokes along the way and made it as pleasant as possible.
And why was it so important to you to queue for so long? Why was it so important?
For me, I thought that a 7 or an 8 hour queue was a good exchange for 70 years of selfless service, and I wanted to pay my respects.
And what did you do when you finally made it in to Westminster Hall? What did you actually do when you saw the coffin?
You just stood there quietly. It's a very reverent experience just to see that coffin in front of you. I'm sorry. It's an amazing experience to see it and to be able to pay your respects to such an amazing person who's given so much of her life to this country. No one will ever do that again. No one will do that again. She served us well, and it was only our due to pay her respects.
Well, look, thank you so much for speaking to us. I so appreciate it. I hope you can go and have a good night's sleep after queuing so long, but it sounds like from what you were both saying, it was really worth it.
It was worth every second of the wait, yes, it was.
She served us. It was our turn to give her a little bit of service.
Thank you so much. And I'm glad you've made a new friend along the way. I have to say it was extraordinary on my journey in today on the tube. There were people who had been to Westminster Hall and those who were going, and they were sort of sharing sort of tips to each other, sort of explaining, almost like sort of telling sort of war stories to each other, tips of what to wear and what to bring and things like that. And whilst this is a sad and sombre occasion, there is also a sense of people coming together, people who didn't know each other, and sitting in a queue, which is of course very British, and exchanging stories and sharing that moment together in something that is so historic and so extraordinary.